In Visagi, processes are created in the context of projects. So, to create a process, we first need to create or open a project. For convenience, here we will open an already created empty project called Order to Cash. To guide us in the implementation of a process, Visagi provides us with a wizard. The first step in the wizard is to create or edit a process model or to import an existing process model into the project. Here we will create a process called Simple Order to Cash. Initially, the process model is empty. We will start by modeling the part of the process where the purchase order is received. In the example introduced earlier, the order is received via a message, which presupposes that the order is generated by another system located on the purchaser side, and it is then sent programmatically to the supplier via a web protocol, for example. To simplify the example, we will assume that a salesperson manually enters the order. Thus, we will model the creation of a new order via a user task, which we will call Enter PO. Accordingly, we create a process model with only the start event, the task Enter PO, and the end event. By default, when we create a task in Visagi, it is treated as a user task, so there is no need to specify the type of task in this case. If this was applicable, we could make this task a service task or a receive task, for example, by right-clicking on the task and selecting the task type menu item. For completeness, we will name the lane containing this task Salesperson. We now close the process model and move on to the second step in the wizard, which is to define the data model. The main entity of this process is naturally the purchase order. This entity is called a process entity because one instance of this entity type will be created every time that a new case of the process is created. A purchase order has a number of attributes. We will define here 3 attributes for illustration: the purchase ID, the product name, and the amount. The purchase ID is of type string. The product name is also left of type string, while the amount we will define it as being of type integer. We now close the data model editor, and this brings us back to the wizard. The next step in the wizard is to define the forms that will be attached to the user tasks in the process. Here we have to define a form for task Enter PO. Visagi provides us with a form builder that allows us to create fields corresponding to entities or attributes in the data model. Here we will create a form containing one editable field for each of the 3 previously defined attributes: purchase ID, product name, and amount. And we will make all these 3 attributes required. We then go back to the wizard.